James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're on the road right now. With me I've got Ricky Boylan. What's happening, Rick?
Nothing much, mate, nothing much. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm alright. I've got to say, this is one of the best cars we've done on the road in a long time. You were having it, didn't you?
Just got it. It's a nice motor.
Good. Let's talk a little bit about how things are going. Back on the winning trail. Good win for yourself over Dazza Usher at Your Call the other night. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, listen, he was a tough kid, you know. I remember watching a few videos of him before I was meant to fight him, and you know, to be fair, no disrespect to him, but he wasn't that great. But he's improved a hell of a lot, you know. And yeah, he was a tough kid. You know, I hurt him a lot of times in there, and he just kept coming back, firing away. And yeah, I was just, you know, I was happy to get the win and back to winning ways.
Saying that, coming back off of two tough fights really, the Tyler Goodjohn fight, which was an absolute war, and then obviously suffering defeat against Tommy Martin for the English title. That's a fight was the type of fight you needed. Obviously 9-3 I think his record was in that.
Yeah, he was 9-4 before that, but yeah, it was good because I could work on some things that Jamie and Nigel had taught me.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, just going in there fighting a journeyman who's going to cover up and, you know, sort of let me do what I want. Whereas, you know, Usher was fighting back, and, you know, he gave me a good test, and yeah, it was a good win.
Training with Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis now up in Manchester full time. How are you finding things up there?
I enjoy it up there. It's brilliant up there. I'm learning all the time, every day up there. You know, it's just a case of me producing it in the ring, and, you know, on the 28th, I think I showed some things, but then I went back to old ways, you know, after I'd hurt him and that, and you know, I just got to get out of that, got to get out of going back to my old self. But things have got to take time. People have got to be patient. You know, I've been boxing a long time, and I've been doing, you know, they call his mistakes for all them years, and it's not that easy just to literally have 1 or 2 training camps and then change me completely as a fighter. It just takes time, and you know, I feel I'm adapting slowly, and, you know, it's a work in progress.
You say that, obviously you've got some good fighters in the gym as well, around Tommy Coyle and Jamie Moore as well. He's been there and done it. How do you think that helps you prepare in terms of having that experience with you in the corner, someone that's been in there?
It's brilliant, you know. You know, to have Tommy Coyle, got Andy Colquhoun as well, Steve Foster Jr. You know, to have them in the gym as well was brilliant. But Jamie's knowledge is second to none, and it's brilliant, you know. I respected him as a fighter, and you know, I used to love watching him, and, you know, to have him in my corner teaching me and training me and that, it's brilliant. And the same goes to Nigel Travis. Is, you know, it's not all Jamie. Nigel trains me as well, and yeah, it's brilliant. I like it up there, and when I'm up there, I'm focused. I live the life. They know how dedicated I am when I'm up there, and yeah, it's good.
I've seen Nigel Travis on the TV quite a lot recently. I've seen him popping up in Coronation Street and stuff like that. Was you aware, look, when you went up there with him, about his acting and stuff?
I wasn't, to be fair, but I think when I first went up there, he was on telly a few days after or something, so yeah, I soon found out. Next day he's coming in gym with sunglasses, thinking he's getting all paparazzi'd out. Nah, he's a good character, Nigel.
Listen, he's got a face for radio, so if he's on TV, there's hope for all of us. You know,
yeah, that's it. That's
hope
it.
for all of us.
That's it. That's true.
When can we anticipate seeing you back out then? Obviously, we're expecting a few news on a few shows being announced. So, are you looking to get on one of those? What's going on?
Yeah, well, there's that. There's obviously September in London, which is more than likely what I'm next going to be on. Or you've got there's a show in August that I'd like to be on. Obviously, Coyle Campbell. Whether they'll put me on that, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'd like to get on that. I just want to stay busy now. I've been in the gym since I boxed. You know, I literally ain't stopped. So yeah, I'm just trying to stay in shape. So hopefully, if I do get a phone call, then I'll be ready.
What do you think the main improvements are you've made in the short term you've been in Manchester to your style?
I just think my movements are a little bit more subtle. Before, I was a lot more predictable, I thought, and that's, you know, I'm not saying there's no more improvements to be made. I've got a hell of a lot to learn, and we're doing it gradually. But yeah, as I said, I just think my movements were a bit wide before and a bit more bigger, and now I just feel like they're a little bit more subtle, and you know, they're working slowly.
You've turned the corner, obviously, as we spoke about, since that huge disappointing night not winning the English title. Have you got set sights on winning that English title again, or have you kind of looked past that now?
No, I'd love to win it, you know, and obviously I'd love to put the defeat on my record. I'd like to turn it around. Obviously Goodjohn's retired at the minute, so that one won't happen, but obviously Tommy Martin, yeah, I'd love to put that defeat right, but I think anyone that, you know, sort of see me in my training camp and then see me on fight night knew that weren't the same Ricky Boylan in there. But no, again, like, no disrespect to him, and you know, credit to him, he's English champion. But you know, I got a little bit more work to do, but hopefully down the line it'll happen.
Do you think the changing trainers during the camp and the upheaval of everything didn't really help your performance on the night?
Well, I'd had a full training camp with Jamie and Nigel for that fight, and everything went brilliant. Obviously, for the Goodjohn defeat, I'd literally only had 2 weeks with them. So, yeah, that's, you know, for the Goodjohn fight, then yeah, it wasn't great preparation for the Goodjohn fight. But the Tommy Martin fight, everything went brilliant. So no excuses there. It was a few mistakes of my own after the weigh-in that I feel cost me dearly, and you know, I think you see it in the ring on the night. But yeah, hopefully I won't be making them mistakes again.
Thoughts on Tyler Goodjohn's retirement or semi-retirement, whatever the case may be? What are your thoughts on that, Rick?
I think it's semi-retirement, to be fair, but no, listen, he's still young. I think he's only 24 or something like that, you know, so he's still got years ahead of him. A great fighter, all the fans love watching him, so hopefully he'll be back one day.
We had Danny Cassius Connor on the channel the other day, catching up with him and seeing how things are going. He was quite vocal about yourself. You wanting a local derby with yourself, seeing that as a big fight potentially for you both. Firstly, what did you happen to watch the video, and what was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. People was texting me and whatever about it, but listen, it is what it is. The fight will happen without a doubt. When, I don't know, but it will happen 100%. You know, I want the fight as much as him, but I feel that, you know, you have to do it when it's right for you. Right now, I don't think is, but you know, I've spoke to Jamie, spoke to my manager, everyone, they're happy for it, but we'll see what happens. We've just got to talk to Eddie and see what happens.
Do you dislike Danny?
As a person, yes. I got a lot of respect for him, and you know, for the way he's turned his career around, and his boxing ability. I've got a lot of respect for him for that. But as a person, I've got no respect for him. He's got no morals, and that's that.
It's weird because you both coming from the same area. You've obviously sparred each other many times over the years. So you'd think you'd probably have a lot more in common than other people.
Yeah, listen, if you know what, if I walk past him in the street, I'd probably say hello. And we've had our ups and downs, like we used to be friends and things like that, but you know how it is, as you grow up through the years, you sort of realise what people do, and you realise how they are as a person, and you know, their morals and things like that, and you know, you sort of grow apart if you don't like someone, and that's sort of what happened basically.
Do you think it could be a big fight?
For the area,
For the area,
it would be massive, because you know, and going back to this, some people don't like me, some people don't like him. That's what makes it a big fight. It's a grudge match, and that's what makes it a big fight. There's a lot of people from Carshalton or wherever surrounding areas that don't like him, that want me to see me beat him, and then vice versa with some people that don't like me. That's what makes it a big fight, and that's what makes it everyone want to see it. So yeah, I do. I think it'd be a huge fight, and hopefully it'd be happening soon.
Potentially September?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially. I'd like to get out before then, as I said earlier, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
So what's going on with the Manchester side of training camp then now? I'm believing you're staying up there full time training with Nigel Travis and Jamie Moore.
Yeah, so I do probably, depending on what the fight is, but I do 6 to 8 weeks up there before the fight, and then I'll be training down here at my old amateur gym, Go Fit Go Box. There's a few gyms I use down there, so I'll just be basically training at them, keeping myself in shape, and so when I get to Manchester, I'll be ready and just to work on technique for 6 to 8 weeks and my weight.
Just give your old amateur gym Elsfield a mention. Sid Khan, I think they do a fantastic job. Produced a lot of fighters that have gone on to fight at a high level.
Listen, Sid's a brilliant man, and what he does for amateur boxing is brilliant. They're a great gym, and they're always behind me. I don't think they've missed any one of my pro fights either. Same as Bradley Skeet, Louis Adolphi, Kirk Carthy. They're there for all of us. When we was all there together, we're all like one big family, and it's good that they're still supporting all of us to this day. So yeah, no, Sid's a great man. Not just Sid. There's obviously the other coaches there, Bob, Eric, and Andy, and it's a great family gym. There's a good atmosphere there.
Do you find it hard being away from your kids for camp and being in Manchester and doing your camp, or is it kind of a bit more of a less strenuous task for you, focusing on what you've got to do?
No, being away from the kids is the hardest thing for me. Obviously, I just miss them. Sometimes I'll come back once every couple of weeks or whatever for the weekend, so I can spend a bit of time with them. But yeah, being away from them, that's the hardest thing. But for boxing, it's brilliant. I literally eat, sleep, boxing, train. That's all I do. Do you know what I mean? It's just that is all I've got to do up there. I don't really know loads of people up there, so I just literally train, get my rest, train again, go sleep, next day. That's it. So.
What did you think of Kell Brook's win over Frankie Gavin?
It was a brilliant performance, brilliant. I always knew it was going to be hard for Frankie. I'd sparred him, I think it was 2 weeks before, and he was in brilliant shape. He was very sharp and sparred really well. Kell was just that little bit stronger and at welterweight, and I think it showed on the night. But yeah, no, I don't think Frankie can be disheartened or anything by it, because at the end of the day, Kell's a fantastic fighter, and he put in a good performance. So
where do you see Kell Brook going from here? And interestingly enough, Mayweather's be fighting September time. Who do you think Floyd Mayweather will fight first? But let's see, where do you see Kell? What do you think would be a good fight for Kell from here?
Same opponent for both of them, I think. I'd like to see either Mayweather and Khan or Kell Brook and Khan. I think that's the fight that everyone wants to see, so whether either of them happen, I don't know, but that's the fight that a lot of people want to see. So
I think you're 100% spot on with that. I think either of those two fights will be absolutely massive.
Yeah, I just British public, they all want to see that, and I believe Amir Khan would give Floyd Mayweather problems. I feel his hand speed's phenomenal, and I think as I said, I think he would give him problems, but we'll see if it happens.
We will indeed. Alright, well listen, thank you for giving me a bit of your time today, Ricky, mate.
No worries, mate.
I appreciate it. I look forward to hearing some imminent news regarding September if we don't see you out in action before then. And keep doing your thing, I really do appreciate it.
Top man.
Cheers, Rick.
Cheers, mate.